Hello everyone. In today's class we'll study the definition of statistics. Definition of statistics. Statistics is defined in two forms. One is in the plural sense and another is in the singular sense. So now let us see the definition of statistics in the plural sense. Plural sense is also called as numerical statement of facts. So here Professor Horace Sechrist defines statistics as the aggregate of facts affected to a marked extent by multiplicity of causes, numerically expressed, enumerated or estimated according to a reasonable standards of accuracy, collected in a systematic manner for a predetermined purpose and placed in relation to each other. So this is the definition of statistics in the plural sense. So here, what is plural sense? What does it say? Plural means we don't study a single number here. So in plural sense, a single number cannot be considered as statistics. Okay. For example, if Riya's pocket money is 100 rupees per month, this 100 rupees is a data. It is not a statistics. Okay. Because this 100 rupee is not an aggregate or it is not an average. You cannot do anything using that 100. You cannot compare it to anything. You cannot conclude anything from it. Therefore, it is not a statistics. So, as a plural sense, statistics is when we study about aggregative data. What do you mean by plural? Plural means many. Okay. So, here we study about aggregative data. So what do you mean by aggregate? Aggregate is the total number. It is the total of all. So let us consider one more example here. So here I have taken the heights of 5 students. That is, Ravi is having the height of 156 centimeters and Johnny is having 168 centimeters and so on. So as a plural sense, this example is the statistics, because from this data you can calculate the mean and you can conclude anything from this. So as a plural sense, statistics is pool of numbers. So if I consider a single number, for example, if I consider Ravi's age is 156 centimeters. So this is a single data. By using the single data, I cannot do anything. I cannot give any conclusion. So this is not considered as statistics. So suppose if I consider Ravi and Rahul, that Ravi's height is 156 centimeter and Rahul's height is 180 centimeters. So when I take an example of these two students, I can give some conclusion saying that Rahul is taller than Ravi. Okay. Therefore, if I take only a single number cannot be considered as statistics. So statistics is a pool of numbers, or statistics is the aggregate of facts. Okay. Next we will see the definition of statistics in the singular sense. So as a singular sense, it is called as statistical methods. So as a singular sense, statistics refers to techniques or methods relating to collection, organization, presentation, analysis and interpretation of quantitative data. So you can see some definitions here. That is, A.L. Bowley defined statistics as the science of counting. Afterwards he redefined it as the science of averages. So firstly he defined statistics as the science of counting. But this is not the exact definition, because statistics is not only about counting. We are using many other techniques in statistics. Afterwards, he redefined it as the science of averages. We cannot rely on this definition, because statistics is not only about averages. We have many other techniques in statistics. Next, Boddington defined statistics as the science of estimates and probabilities. And here is a more precise and exact definition which is given by Croxton and Cowden. That is, statistics is the science of collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. So basically here we have 5 stages, that is collection of data, organization of data, presentation of data, analysis and interpretation. So let us understand these stages in detail. So now let us see what is collection of data. So first of all, what we do, we will collect the data. Statistics will be based on data. If we don't have data, then there is no statistics. So firstly, we will collect the data. Going to the second one, that is organization of data. After collecting data, you should arrange it in a systematic manner. For example, like how classrooms are arranged in college, it will be arranged according to the divisions like A division, B division, C division, etc. And let me take another example. Like in showrooms, there will be variety of clothes. If all the clothes are put together, it will be difficult for a customer to buy, right? So they will arrange it according to their brand, size, etc. In the same way, data will be arranged. For example, if I consider population of India, under population of India we can take state wise, and under state wise we can list it according to district wise. So we should arrange the data in a systematic manner, so that it will be easier for common men to understand. Next we have the presentation of data. So after organizing, we will present the data in such a way that a common man who doesn't know anything about it, by seeing the graphs or diagrams, he will understand it very easily. And usually data will be arranged using bars and diagrams. Now in the newspapers, they will show the bar graph, like showing how many deaths have happened, how many births have happened, and so on. So this is about the presentation of data. Next we have the analysis part, that is after presentation we will analyze the data by using different tools and techniques of statistics. For example, we consider mean, median, mode, and there are many other techniques. And if we want to find the overall percentage of college students, we use mean. In the same way, for different kind of problems, we use different tools and techniques of statistics. So this is analysis. And after analysis, we have to interpret the result. We have to give some conclusion about the data. So for example, we can give the conclusion like our college stands first in the district, or our college stands second in the district. So that is called as interpretation. So hope you have understood all the stages in detail. Thank you for watching.